Good evening. Welcome to Sunday at Ragchew.
Howdy, y'all. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, y'all.
Looks like we're streaming on 3 YouTube channels and multiple PrepHam Paul channels and Twitch on mine, supposedly. So
yep, should be going to all of those.
We'll see if it's working. I'm trying to learn.
D Live, Provo, they should all be going now. We got 9 people on YouTube right now on mine. 45, welcome. Coder Jim, good to see you. Chris, good to see you. Corey, good to see you. And Frankie. Yeah. Frankie can't join us tonight, but he will be in chat off and on. Pantera, welcome.
Hillbilly Ham, I got you over on mine. Hello, welcome in.
For those coming from Jason's stream, he does do his RV channel, I think, once a month. So today's the first Sunday, so he's streaming his RV channel. Those interested in that, which I am, so I'll just have to watch it later. He's going to be talking about, I think, what connections while traveling, probably Starlink and that kind of stuff.
That could be.
I was wondering if I should wear my gray call sign hat to match my gray field day shirt. Wasn't sure.
You know, I have 2 call sign hats. I need to wear one of them, but they're like from 2011. That's how long I've had.
I don't get as hot. My face gets hot after a while. This computer blowing in my face. It's not as hot with the hat or with the hat off. It's a little bit cooler. So, hey Tim, how's it going, man? Tim could join us if he wanted, actually. So let's see. Let's get rid of some house cleaning. I'll be back. I got to vacuum. No, not that kind of house cleaning. So I've added a couple things to membership. Bad jokes. Where's Freddie Mac? I've added a couple things to the memberships for YouTube. I've got a handful of people that have maintained their Razorback and PrepHam Hog status membership. And so I thought I'd add something. For those who are Razorback members, after your 3rd consecutive Razorback paid membership, I will send you a PrepHam/Ragchew Crew t-shirt. For those on the Hog membership level, after 6 months of a consecutive paid membership, you will receive a PrepHam/Ragchew Crew t-shirt with your call sign. So, because I don't do a lot of other stuff, I don't have patches yet. You know, that's something you get as a Hog and a Razorback. I don't really do separate private chats, you know, in Discord and stuff with members. So, trying to add something else to that incentive to stay membership. Piglet will stay the same, but Hog and Razorback 3 and 6 month memberships, you'll get a free t-shirt.
So, sweet.
And I know some of you have already reached that, and I'll look at that later and hit you up.
I want to bring up one of these. This is awesome. Sean, Pantera AC FH. He's in our class. I don't know who it is, but he's in our class.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That is cool.
If you don't have a call sign, Ape, then I'm just going to put manual tuners suck on the shirt.
Yeah, Ape. Eventually, you need to get a hamburger license.
Ape, you should. Yeah, it's real simple. Even 6-year-olds are passing their license. You probably could. Ape.
There you go.
License. You should.
I mean, Ape, if I'm teaching the class, that should tell you how easy it is.
Let's see. I think that was the only real. I think that was it.
Well, that's very cool.
Oh no, I did want to bring this up. So for those of you who stuck it out and watched the 4.5-hour live stream of the balloon launch from the Richardson Wireless Club here in North Texas, they launched a high altitude balloon on Saturday. I did a live stream. Michael was there and put a video out today on the Getting Out in Life channel, showing it from the on-site and the balloon chasing and landing. Or retrieval.
That side of poor placing up the landing.
My live stream basically showed kind of from a. I'm looking at maps. I'm watching APRS. I'm watching the balloon tracking. and I'm tracking it too with a couple radios. It was the first time I set up tracking software for that, which is cool. And I look forward to doing that again.
It was
So
kind of cool because it was like you're the Ryan Hall version of what
yeah,
You're Ryan Hall, and Michael was like the Storm Chaser. It was great.
I loved it. I thought it was fun. I have no desire to go chasing.
I'll tell you what, Paul was an excellent command. He was an excellent
He was.
dispatch
He was.
NCS because as he was talking, he took care of all the figuring out for us.
Yeah.
We didn't have to sit there on our phones trying to figure out what route we needed to take and where the
It was a
balloon was, all
blast.
that.
Yeah.
Paul had it covered.
It was fun to watch. I'll admit it was fun to watch. It was a blast to watch.
Sean
Yeah.
did some streaming on his TikTok channel, WTF.Reydio, REYDIO. But if you go back and watch, it was about an hour, Michael, I think, something like that, after you edited.
Well, yeah, it was just my whole video was just under an hour. It was about 2 hours of footage I had.
Yeah, so
but,
check that out.
you know, there's going to be a lot of dull spots in there.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I
sure
took
there
all those
was.
out for you.
And if you've got a club near you that does balloon launches, go check it out. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah,
It was
I did
fun.
till about midnight, 1 o'clock this morning, and I started again about 6. So to be able to get it up in time.
there's a pill for that.
Honestly, just watching that launch was cool enough.
Yeah, I think being
Yeah.
there in person watching the launches would be pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Sean, I should have had you with me so you could have held one of the cameras because I was holding my camera in the right hand. I was holding my cell phone in the left hand.
Yeah.
And then I had to put my camera.
Next time,
The reason you never heard me on the reason I'm going to get a windshield mount. I have one in my truck. But the reason I never talked on the radio while I was doing my video is because that's the camera that went down for me to pick up a radio and talk. So
yeah, I think if I'm available next time, I'll definitely go with you and Gerald chasing it. I think that was a fun time, and that way
drop that.
we can have two perspectives.
It's always easier when you have somebody that drives for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I will say that. And thank you, Paul, for posting that. That is the Richmond Wireless Club website. They have a section on the high altitude balloons and everything that goes on with it. So when they launch another one, they launch 1 to 2 every year, maybe 2 years. And when they do all their frequencies and everything, if you want to track it, they have it on that website. There's a section on that website for it.
Yeah.
And that video was dropped today at 5 p.m. Central. Let me see if I can find.
So after you watch my video, you can look in the description. There's a video for Paul's live stream. And I want to say that was over 4 hours, right?
4:20.
The whole thing.
It was about 4 and a half
And it
hours.
it wasn't until about an hour to an hour and a half before I joined it because I was too busy trying to get it in place. So
Copy. All right, I've got his now too. So this is for all you youngsters and Ape. Oh, that's a long sharing. Well, that's what it gave me to share his TikTok. So anyway, go check out the videos, check out the stream. The stream was Saturday and about an hour, I think 20 or so is when the balloon actually launches. And so, you can skip the first hour or so of the stream if you want. That's it. I think that's it. So let's get going. Tonight, Sean's going to help me. So the only thing I didn't do, I tracked and sent the data packets to help track the balloon with one radio and the alpha antenna vertical, hex 10 outside. Then with another vertical and mag loop, I, with another radio, was listening to the FM frequency or the USB frequency and decoding. I got 30 images that the balloon was taking images and sending. I was able to get 30 of those images. Not great. Some of them were okay. And the one thing I wanted to do that I couldn't do was get on my DMR radio and QSO somebody through the DMR repeater that they put on the balloon. So I could hear, through, was it Michael or somebody? I can't remember. And I could see on my radio, I could see it being keyed up. I could see the bar, someone talking, but I couldn't hear anything. So, fortunately, there was some people, Scott, KG5RJR, and Sean, and some people who told me they could probably help me figure it out before I threw this thing against the wall. So I thought that'd be a good thing for tonight. Hey, Andy, welcome. Adventures in Blind Videography, welcome. Good to see you, Scott and Chris.
Howdy, Andy.
So what we're going to do tonight is Sean's going to help me walk through how to, I always hear this thing code plug. I'm so tired of hearing that. I don't even know what it means. I just want to know how to program my DMR radio. It shouldn't be this difficult. That's all I got to say. So let me.
It was kind of sad because during the trip or during yesterday when I was trying to tell, hey, you need to set this up, you got to set that up, and I was doing everything without seeing his screens because my screens were real tiny on my phone. So if you were watching us live, I'm like, Paul loves DMR now. He loves DMR.
And RJR was,
but
RJR was texting me a lot of stuff too, and I just, while I was streaming, I couldn't go through it and figure it out.
But I
was screaming at my phone, going, "Do this, do this, do this."
So here's what I have this TYT 380. I've had this for, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years. I have never used this radio. Got the programming cable, plug it in, download the drivers, realized those were Chinese, downloaded the other drivers. I could actually read everything in the software. Computer never recognized this, never used it. I'll be putting this on my table to sell at the DFW Ham Expo this weekend because I have no idea what's wrong with it.
Oh, sorry. I was about to tell you something. Mine melted. Just want to tell you that.
So here's what we got.
So I don't have mine anymore.
I bought this Anytone. USB cable is all tied up here. On Bridge, what is it? Bridge, not Bridgeport, Bridgecom. So this is from Bridgecom. It's an Anytone D168UV. I'm not promoting it. There's lots of DMR radios out there. Get the one you want, or get the one that someone has reviewed that you like the reviews on. There's plenty of people out there. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that do good reviews. Just avoid the Smokin' Ape channel. His reviews are kind of biased and a little bit, hard to understand. But
good night, Chavez.
Chavez, you're leaving already.
You said DMR, and he's running for the hills.
All right, so
no, I'm laughing at what RJR said.
Oh, I missed it. Where is it? Oh yeah, he's absolutely right. Pin that. Oh shoot, Sean can't do that. This level on Restream only gives me 2 seats, so myself and Michael, so I don't have the 3 seats I used to have. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Here. Look, I got my call sign in there. If you can see it, it's probably too bright. Yeah, it's too bright. I got my call sign in there.
It's too bright.
I got Denton. If I do this, make it brighter outside. Yeah, you can't really see. So it's got Denton frequency and stuff in there, but I never did get it to work. So I'll try to figure out how to.
I have some of the Denton frequencies on there. If you want to try one, I can get on the Denton repeater. I don't have the local, but I have like the state.
Tonight is going to be
I've actually got
learning how to program DMR. So this one is USB-C. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, that one's kind of cool. That one's a different one. I need to look at that.
So I've got the software
USB-C programming.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Here, I'll show you. If it might be too bright still. Hold on, let me bring my mic back over here. It might still be too bright, but maybe this one's not as bright as the other one.
Sorry, I laughed at this one.
That was pretty funny. That's pretty good.
So you can see I've got 441 in here. It's kind of blurry, but so let's start, Sean. Let's tell me
right.
what to do. I
So
got the software up and I got the radio.
all right. So before we start programming, just a quick understanding of how it breaks down. So you have your
Okay.
channels and frequencies.
All
which,
right.
you know how that works. Then you have zones, and that's where you kind of got confused. So every zone is a group of frequencies or channels. You decide what channels go into what zones.
All right.
Okay. And you can change zones, which then changes your group of frequencies or banks. If you're familiar with old Yesus, you have different banks. That's what a zone is.
All right.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me. And people can comment questions and suggestions, hints, tricks as we go along. Feel free, Hillbilly. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm by no means a DMR expert. You want to go learn about DMR expert? Go,
Oh, well, okay, guys. The
Jason
stream's
2.0.
over. I thought I had a DMR expert on. Good night,
But
y'all.
I
Thanks for
hey,
coming.
you know what?
I appreciate all the support.
Bye.
Have a good night. Thought I had a DMR expert on tonight. All right.
Like, you want to know all the
tell you what,
technical
DMR is
you want to know all the technical aspects?
DMR is one.
Go find Jason
Nope.
2.0.
Tonight we're learning how to use, understand, and program it. That's all we're doing tonight.
Which is what my channel is all about. We don't do technical stuff on my channel.
Okay. Let's do it.
So
you want to see radio first or software first?
Well, we need software so you can program the software to the radio.
Okay. Software is on.
Okay. So let me big in the screen here. Okay. So when you need to go to channel.
Okay. Don't I need to be plugged in first and read from the radio?
Yeah, if you haven't already done that.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Okay, wait. So I need to be plugged in, right? Or should I wait?
Yeah, plug in, read from the radio. That's fine. We can do that first.
Yeah. So
either way,
just a little tip for people who haven't.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Just a little tip. Anytime you're working with software like this, always read from the radio first before you throw anything back on the radio. BAOFENGS are especially known for this. You can brick the BAOFENGS pretty easily if it's not the same firmware. So when you pull it from the radio, and then you can lay stuff over that to push it back into the radio. But you just got to be careful with that. And that's any type of software. So
yeah,
and that's the other thing about DMR is you have to make sure you're using the right firmware for your radio.
Okay. So it's the same if you use, like, I've got 7 or 8 different versions of RT software. I buy it for every radio. And it's the same, like Michael said, always read from the radio and then do your programming and then write to the radio. So anyway, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So if you go to your channel list.
Channels.
Go to your channel list.
Oh, I'm clicking on the restream screen, wondering why it's not selecting it. Okay, here's my channel list. See, I put 441 right there. I also tried it again, 441 right here. I tried it twice.
Okay. So we'll just focus on that one.
Paul? Can you zoom that in?
No, it's full screen. It's as big as it gets.
Okay.
Okay, so let's focus on the one from yesterday. So
all right.
441.0.
Yep.
You have it set for digital, power's high. Bandwidth is correct. Should be at 12.5. We didn't have any CTSS codes or anything like that because we're in digital mode.
This whole thing.
Channel name.
I think that's what he said. Make the name. I don't know.
You can make the name whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay, so you had all that right. So now we go to your zone.
Zone.
Yep.
Here's this one.
So,
and here's the one I created. This one I think I put in before, maybe. I don't know where this one came from.
Okay.
So which one?
So
Or do we need to make a new one?
let's just start fresh. Let's start making a new one.
Okay.
So you can name it, Ragchew if you want to.
Why don't we name this balloon?
Balloon. Okay.
I just
So
type
then
zone name
from there, yep, that's fine. You're good.
and click OK, or do
And
we
now
need to
you're
arrow
gonna
over, or
click.
what do I do?
Okay, so you're gonna click which channel you want to switch over there. So any of those channels you have, you can switch over.
Oh, under balloon.
Yeah, under balloon.
I think this was
click-
the only
there
one
you
I
go.
really, or no, this one right here, this one. So I move
Okay.
that over,
Click it over. Yep.
and it's under zone name balloon. This is the problem right here, I think.
Under
I
zone
didn't
name
have
balloon.
zone here. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you hit OK.
All right. Balloon.
Okay, so you have all that set.
Okay.
So next time that should work. That was
All
it.
right.
You just bring it to the radio.
That's it. Thanks, everybody.
Told you it was easy.
Was that seriously just one step that was missing?
Okay, so basically the step I was missing was, no, but look.
So
I'm going to go into zone.
Okay.
And I have it right here, zone 1. I put it
You
right
have it
there.
right there. Okay. So I'm starting to think either you had issues with the radio itself, or go back to the channel list. Let's make sure you programmed everything right in the channel. I think you did, but let's just verify it.
This one right here. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to verify everything on the channel.
So you had digital high 12.5, channel free. It's not on scan. DMR mode, that should just be simplex, not DMO simplex, I think.
There was no just simplex.
Okay.
It was that.
Okay. That one works right there. The simplex works.
Okay.
That one.
So,
let's see.
Talk group.
Talk around simplex.
K5 VOP. RX code 1, TX code 1, slot 1.
Now remember I'm
Group
saying
receive
list. The color code was 1. Receive group list. Does that need to be this?
I don't think
Scott may know the settings
with
to
that.
so he can
Let me see mine. Let me see how mine was set up on that channel list.
Scott, let me know if group list needs to be selected. Because none of this is all grayed out, so we can't even mess with anything.
Yeah, I have received group list none.
What talk group are you talking about? Now you've added another word, Scott. Where's talk groups? Smoking Ape, take care, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
Talk group, talk group, talk group. I don't see a talk group.
I think the top group is your zone. Is that correct?
Oh, contact right here.
No. Your talk group is your zone. So if you go back to your zone, no. That's group call. Okay, click OK here, and then go into your zone on the left menu you have on the very left.
I did. This is the zones.
Okay, and hang on.
I'm going to get rid. Why don't I get rid of all these except the one I'm using? Whoa.
Okay, here you go. Go back to TG99. I see you have M5LS Denton on there, which is the Denton repeater.
Yeah.
As the A channel. Just make it all the simplex channel, the Sim1.
So I'll move this one out of there.
No, double click on TG99 where it says name there.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
That's just the name. I was trying to create like they were telling
Right.
me in the Richardson repeater or website.
All right. Click OK.
Let me get rid of this on this just to change it up and keep this one here. Okay. So zone 1, I have the Denton repeater, and I could probably get rid of this one because we created this one.
What all do you have on the Denton repeater?
1, TG99. That's how they have it.
Okay.
Denton repeater is this right here. That's what I got.
Okay.
Assuming that's in channels.
Yeah, I have something else set up for the Denton repeater.
Here's what I've got. And I'm assuming I got that from Denton or it was already on the radio. Does any of that look familiar?
I would have to look. Hang on. I'm looking at mine right now.
Yeah. Let me look at mine.
This one. I don't need that one.
Channel. Because what I got is Tom K5LOL's program, and then I added Andrew's bill.
Okay, so Hillbilly says Scott is right on TG99 for simplex. I thought I had that. Whoops.
Yeah, I don't know if you're aware, but there's been.
What did I do? I deleted the zone. I deleted the zone. Make the zone again. TG99. And for some reason, that other one disappeared. Why did this disappear?
Teal's never worked Kimball Art. She's on
Oh, I
site.
deleted.
She just didn't know.
Oh, wow.
She needs to know what job posts and duties are.
All right, let's put it in from the start. 441. 441. And this channel is going to be PG 999 balloon. Okay, digital high. Channel free. None. Talk around simplex. 1 slot 1 none.
Let me look at my TX permit.
Simplex. All right. This is our new balloon one. Look at all the settings, all those who know, and make sure I have this set right.
Give me 1 second. I'm checking my balloon. Good gosh, I shot right past everything. Guess he had one setting I was kind of wondering about.
Oh,
But your channel is not the only thing you have to set. You have to set the zone or put the channel in the zone to even have it pull up on the radio.
Zones.
Okay, you're correct. It is channel free. It is channel free on the transmit.
So I'm going to do balloon is going to be this channel, and it's going to have one channel in there, balloon. So that's it. That's all it's got in there. Balloon zone with TG99 balloon channel in there. We're going to look at it again and make sure I got it set right. There's the settings.
Okay, let me check my settings.
Did I do that right? Making the new zone.
Okay, the only thing I did not do, but then again, mine may or may not have worked. I did not check talk around. Does somebody Scott, yours worked well. Did you check talk around on when you set up the simplex? People can hear me, but I was having some trouble there. So Scott RJR, let us know if talk around is checked on your channel, because I do not have mine checked because it was already simplex.
Hey guys, I apologize. I have to check out for a few minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Go back and add the zone to your receive list. Add the zone.
How do I get this out of full screen so I can see it? What Scott's saying. Here we go.
Add the zone to your receive list. Oh, here, shoot. I don't even see you send this, Tim. You may be gone now.
Yes, I'm looking through the chat right now because I know
Tim
people are screaming.
Tim messaged me in Discord. I just now saw it. All right. The zone is correct. And then I added the contact here, the channel, right? The zone is correct to the channel. So this is correct in the received group list. Okay. So, Michael, if you know the settings of the Dakar repeater,
yeah,
test that. Need talk around.
Okay, so
it's right here.
So talk around's the one thing I did not have set up.
Mine's already set, and mine was set during that. I specifically remember that.
Okay, so that one has that. Okay. So let me see if I can find
Hillbilly. I'm back at channels. I'm following Hillbilly right now. I'm back at channels. Here's the channel. I'll wait for Hillbilly to come back. Oh, Scott says don't need talk around.
Yeah, because I didn't have talk around checked on mine.
The website on the Richardson Club, pretty sure says select talk around simplex. Scott says no. The website says yes. You know what? I'm going to have to move that because this overlay is in the way. I'm going to move this down. Okay. Click on the channel. Okay. I sent Tim the link, but I'm about 20 minutes late, so he may not even be watching. Receive group list, add the TG99 zone. Receive group list. Oh, right here. Do I have to type it in? Why is it only group list 1? I thought I made that other group. And that's the error right there, probably because that's why I couldn't hear anybody. But why isn't that letting me do receive group list? Why isn't that letting me change that?
Dumb question. Do you have TG99 set up as a zone?
The zone is done.
Okay.
I need to add receive group list to TG99. All it has is group list 1. Okay, it's not showing up. So why is balloon not showing up if it's right here? Channel A, channel B. Oh, is it because it's not in here? Contact talk groups. Is it because it's not in this list? Because I don't see it
Okay,
here.
I think the TG99 the zone you created titled balloon. Is that the zone's screen I'm looking at behind this?
Yeah. I
So
named it
that's a TG99 that he's talking about. So you would have to zone edit. You're in. So
there.
you named the same thing
TG99.
twice. You named your channel TG99 balloon and zone TG99. I probably should have come to your house. So I could have tested against my radio to your radio. We could have our laptops to compare.
Still just shows receive. We're still doing something wrong. Okay, go to your talk groups. Talk groups. Is that under digital? Talk groups here. Okay. PG99. I put 99 because it won't let you put letters. That's an all call, I think, right? Or was that group call? Okay, Frank, I'm in the digital tab. I'm in the contact top groups, like Hillbilly Sedating. Contact 1. Digital tab. I'm in the tab, waiting for confirmation of what to put in talk group. PG99. We lost our group call is correct. Okay, group call. 99 is the ID, I assume, because it's TG99. And do I just leave that here, or do I name this TG99? TG.
I left mine at 99. Let me double check.
TG99. Okay.
Our software is pretty similar, but it's not exact. So,
is this group, talk group, contact correct now? Can I move on?
So I have, just to tell you what I have in mind, I have TG Talk Group for the name, or TG99 for the name, group call, DMR ID is 99, caller none, and that's all I got on mine.
Yeah, I'm already set. I'm just following I'm following the guidance of Hillbilly Ham and Scott. I didn't know if Scott was available. He suggested John, so I assume Scott can't. All right. This is correct. I'm gonna go from there. That's contact talk groups. If he's able to, yeah, I would. Go back into channel. Okay.
Which is at the top of the tree.
I'm already back in channel.
Wow. Just an FYI, on Restream, when you make it full screen, it is way behind.
Okay,
But
channel
when the regular
name.
screen's back up.
Channel name as the contact. Click on your channel and make sure you have TG99 as the contact. Contact. Do you mean just the channel name here? Okay, I'll wait. Let me know if that's right. Channel name TG99 or if it's somewhere else here. Contact. This is TG99. Thanks for joining, Pantera. I already changed the contact stuff. Above radio ID. So not contact. Now we're going back to channel. Right? Radio ID. Here? Contact. That.
Now you're making me look.
Well, I'm just following Hillbilly. I'm not confirming with what you got.
No,
I need someone to show me how to set it. I don't need someone to tell me what the settings are.
right. No, what I was saying I was a lot of mine was preset. When I first got on DMR, Jason Ham Radio 2.0 had a DMR list with a ton of repeaters across the nation.
Yeah,
That's what I worked on.
I've
And it
I've
worked
watched
great.
at least 5 DMR, how to do a code plug, blah, blah, blah. And I haven't used a single DMR radio yet.
Okay,
right.
okay. Tell me, Paul, where did you go to get to the contact? Was that under?
Okay, now
So,
contact says TG99.
okay,
I think I'm good now here.
okay, that's what mine says too. Okay,
I think that's it right there.
okay.
So I
You wanna-
clicked that, I double clicked to that, and it changed it to TG99. So I would assume if I wanted this contact, I would double click that.
I'm adding Scott to the screen.
Yeah, bring Scott in. Yeah, I think I'm good, Scott. Welcome. I think it was this contact thing right here, not chosen.
Correct.
Okay. So now I click OK. Can we put I don't know what these numbers are. If I put them in before or if it's something from the radio, can we put the Denton repeater in so we can test this tonight on stream?
Scott, do you think Paul and I would hit? Do you think Paul and I would hit each other simplex?
I doubt it. I'm on the other side of my house with a handy talkie.
Okay, F5LJ. Okay. Well, you need to download it to the radio, but Scott, can you assist him on the Denton repeater? I have it in my radio, but I think you'd be better to show him how to do that.
Okay, let me upload this so this is set.
It's right to the radio. There you go.
Mine takes forever to program.
I forgot to select the COM port. Let me cancel this. You got to select the COM port. Set COM.
It is finicky like that.
It's 24. And now I will write to radio. And it should go right away. All right. So there's the radio updating. Do not power off.
It takes.
Okay. It's going to reboot.
Well, that's a lot faster than mine.
Mine takes a lot faster than the other one. My other one was ridiculously slow.
Mine takes forever.
Okay. So that one's in there. And there's zone.
EKG5RJ.
I see it now. I've got zone 1 and zone TG99 with the frequency 441. So I think I'm good to go for the balloon next time.
Okay, F5LJ.
All right. So can we let's make sure we're good. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good now. I see it right. So now, so we can test an actual transmission tonight.
Choices offered here were a little unrealistic. One of the choices.
Let's walk me through in just putting in a repeater, and we'll do the Denton repeater as an example.
Now, DMR is a little different, Paul, just to give you a heads up.
No.
You're going to have multiple groups within. You're going to have multiple groups within.
Welcome, Scott. Thanks, man.
Michael, you're confusing the daylights out of the guy.
Yeah.
He thinks this I don't want him to think that you just set one repeater up.
I brought Scott on. I brought Scott on and Sean on. For people that can tell me how to do it, not tell me it's complicated.
Yeah,
I already
each
know that.
time that you put in a repeater, you
Yeah.
have 5 or 6 frequencies that are going to be on each of those repeaters,
Got it.
as well as talk groups that are on those repeaters.
Okay.
Okay. And you have to put them in multiple places, not just one.
Okay.
That's the bad part. And excuse my office. I'm in midst of
It's fine.
builds. That's why when somebody talks about adding a channel or a talk group,
Mhm.
it's not just in one spot. You have to do it in multiple spots. So when we first
Okay.
come up to that first screen where you've got channel up
Mhm.
there, okay? So under
Mhm.
connection or under common settings, up at the very top left-hand side, you've got the word channel.
Yep.
You're gonna click on channel, okay? And on mine, and I wish I could show you my screen, but it's on the laptop, like I told you
It's
earlier.
okay.
There's no internet to that. You'll have a frequency, a transmit, and all that information you've got to fill in.
Mhm.
But you also have to have the talk groups that are available for those in the talk group section as well.
Right.
So there's not just one spot that you put this in quickly and easily and do. You have to go through, download that information off of, say, like, what's the DMR website that's here in town, Porter?
Okay.
It's the one that Jason, those guys do.
I
The
don't see
web
any
on-
DMR repeater information on the Dakar website. Is there a
No,
reason?
Michael's muted now.
Oh, the bottom 2 are DMR.
No, that's me. I muted on my mic. I apologize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I
a,
see the I see one at the Stark Hall.
right, and that's why I say you go grab those talk groups and build all those talk
Mhm.
groups first, and
Mhm.
then you add the repeater and its frequency in, and
Mhm.
then you can select all those talk groups in a zone. Okay, so a zone becomes your repeater that you're going to go to. So, like, I've
Yep.
got Denton as a repeater as a zone. I have Louisville as a zone. I have Ralston
Okay.
as a zone. I have Dallas as a zone. I have my hotspot as a zone. And each
Okay.
of those zones have different talk groups
Mhm.
because each of those repeaters only utilize those talk groups. So you have to go to the repeater you're going to go to and
Okay.
find out what talk groups exist, what color codes they're on, what slots they're on, because you can have all of those. And
Mhm.
if you don't have that list in front of you, it gets confused, very confused.
Okay, so when I go to Dakar.net and see the list of repeaters and they only give me 2 frequencies, their call sign and CC1, what
Right.
good does that do me if I want to get on their repeater?
It doesn't if they don't give you the talk groups too.
There's nothing else there.
You need to go to the let me pull up this DMR website here real quick.
All right.
Take me
Now,
a second.
Jason used to have a DMR
Yeah.
website with code plugs
Yes.
that made it so easy.
That's the one I'm
And
talking
That disappeared.
No, it's still there.
Okay, if he's got a new website, it used to be at GrapevineAmateurRadio.com.
No, this is DMRtexas.net.
Yeah. So once I learn how to do
Thank you,
this,
Scott.
then I
I
can
didn't
add
even
all
know that existed.
Yeah, these are the guys that actually run the Wednesday chat, as well as they have code plugs that are already there and pre-built
Okay.
for some of the stuff. The
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Scott.
the Richardson Wireless Club has a code plug that's already built for a lot of the Metro, and trying to find that monster is the tough part recently. But yeah, DMR Texas, they host a Wednesday net, and they cover a lot of the repeaters in the area. Let me see if I can find
Richardson
repeaters.
Club does?
DMR Texas does. They do the Wednesday net.
Well, I click on code plugs
Okay.
and it says, by request, I'm bringing this resource back. I will take new and updated submissions. His call sign, his name. There's nothing here.
Correct, but
KD5H.
correct.
Right?
But if you go into, if you drill down further in his website, where you actually, wow, hold a second.
I see repeaters.
Yeah, if you go into that, I'm waiting for this to load now because everybody under the sun hit the website.
Yeah. Here's repeaters, common
That's
talkers.
me. I didn't know this website existed until you said something,
Yeah, this is
Scott. So
this is
thank
the
you.
one that they used and have used for a long time on that there. And if you click repeaters and then click North Texas, then that's going to open up the counties that we've got, and you can click on whichever repeater you've got there once again when the website loads. Like if you were to click on Denton's 70 centimeter repeater, it gives you at the top that it's a Denton and it's the frequency is 440.66250 megahertz.
Got it.
Color code 1. It's a C-bridge repeater. And then it shows you the talk groups that go in time slot 1 or time slot 2.
Got it.
Then down below that, you have the name of the talk groups that you've got to create with their talk group ID. The only thing you were missing yesterday, Paul, was you didn't have talk group 99 built.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that was keeping you from being able to make connection with that stuff yesterday. Why do I know that? Because I missed the same thing until I redid mine.
So can we?
So Paul, any consolation? I don't think I ever got a call through the repeater, but people can hear me on the ground.
Yeah, I got.
So can we put this repeater in and talk group just to show it?
You
and
can
then
try. If
I can do all the rest myself later.
Yeah, so go up to your channel.
Okay.
And then
Tell me how to add this Denton County talk group frequency, blah, 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 blah.
You're still going to have to go through the steps for each and all 5 of those.
That's fine.
Yeah, go to
how do we do it?
Go to channel.
Yep.
Click on one of those that's empty or blank.
Okay.
In your software.
Yep.
So find a blank group there.
I'm on a blank one.
Double click on it.
I did.
That'll bring up the
channel name.
Yep. So go through, plug in Denton, and I call mine den.ntx.
den.ntx.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Receive
and down below
frequency.
that, put those frequencies in. You're gonna see your receive frequency and your talk frequency.
Well, on this page, it only shows one frequency.
Right.
I gotta go back to the.
You've got your 70 megahertz offset frequency that you always have.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So this one's 440.
Now I'm scrolling up to mine, and I'm going to put. I'm going to open it up for the statewide.
250.
440.66250 is your receive.
Okay.
445.6250 is your transmit.
Okay.
Okay, so the next field's down. You can skip the connect frequency hertz.
Okay.
Drop down to the next one that says channel type. It's going to be a digital channel type.
Got it.
Okay, so underneath that, whatever power you're going to use, which you're on an HT, use turbo.
Okay.
Yeah, just use turbo. Okay. Underneath that, I don't have anything on the bandwidth part because it's grayed out.
Yep.
GX permit always.
Always. Okay.
I have mine as always. Underneath that scan list, well, since we aren't putting this in a scan list, leave it as none.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one I've got is exclude channel from roaming. I have that off.
Yep.
DMR mode is repeater.
Got it.
Okay. The whole rest of that side over there on the left-hand side, nothing goes in.
Okay.
So now we've got up here where it says contact.
Yep.
Okay,
what about the check boxes above? Nothing?
I've got nothing on those.
Okay.
But
Contact.
literally, okay, so contact, until you build some contacts, you won't have a contact there.
Yep.
So you've got to go back here later and build some contacts to put in there. But just remember, you need to change this contact in this field before it'll actually work on the repeater.
Okay, so when but when I'm looking here, because I don't see, I'll bring this back up. So this has talk group ID, worldwide, North America, English, TAC, Bronx. Right. I don't see anything about color numbers.
You will. Here in about 3 lines.
No.
Okay,
this doesn't tell me anything about color numbers.
Sure does. What's CC say there? See right next to the repeater name at the top, it says CC what?
Oh, up here. Okay, got it.
Clear at the top of that, it says CC1.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so that means color code 1.
Got it.
You also see on the grid how it says slot 1 and slot 2.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what you're going to use for your slots on that portion. Okay, the radio ID though Yeah, that needs to be your call sign, which I can't see your screen well enough here.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're building a channel here just for, let's say, the first one that's on their list.
Yep.
In that list would be Texas statewide, which is 3148. Okay.
And where do I put that?
Well, that's the problem. You don't have that as a talk group. That's something we'll have to put in and then come back to this screen. But what you've got to do is you still need to have the proper color code and the proper time slot set up in this main screen.
Okay, those are set.
Okay, now that those are set, so let's go ahead and click OK down there.
All right.
Now come over to under the word digital.
Contact talk groups.
Yep. Double click
Okay.
on that.
Do I go to an empty slot?
Go to an empty slot, and you're going to put in
right.
the talk group information here.
Talk group.
We're going to put in you're putting in 3148, which is Texas statewide, correct?
I got you. 3148. Okay. Group call. Or
My
all
problem
call.
is it's mine's giant, so looking at all that stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I do group call.
Okay.
The talk group ID number is going to be 3148. But the name of that talk group, like my name of that particular talk group for, let's go to North America. I put the name, and this is how I do it. I put the talk group name and the abbreviation. So if you look at what they've got for Texas statewide,
Mm-hmm.
for mine, I put in, is it Dentex wide?
So for the name,
So
under talk group, what am
Yeah.
I putting for the name?
Yeah, give me a second here. I've got to hunt that
Okay.
down on mine because mine
yeah.
is
So
huge.
Scott,
Because
if
this
I
is
may
Texas
interject
statewide.
just for 1 second.
Michael.
So if I may interject, mine says DTN TX state. And the reason why is it's got the LS on there. There's
Yep.
two major groups that are around, and the one's a Lone Star group, and the other is Brandmeister. We're in
Correct.
this repeater is in the Lone Star group, so it's deviated. You may have a Texas statewide and Brandmaster, but that is a totally different group, separate from Lone Star. So this is a Lone Star repeater.
Well, I
And
just
I
want to
learned
do
that from Tom. I didn't know that until Tom told me that.
I just want to
When
do
I
this
got the
talk
radio
group
from him.
off this information. I don't care about the thousands of others. Let's just get one talk group and one frequency.
I'm trying to find
Correct,
3148.
but just understand this talk group's not going to talk to the Brainmaster talk group. It's going to talk to only the Texas statewide Lone Star one.
That's
Because
great.
they're on their own sea bridge.
Okay.
But
I
when
wanna
you get it
talk to
set up
this-
and you get in your radio, I'll talk to you on it. Just hit a button. I don't know what it did. There we go.
Yeah, I'm trying to find 3148 here of mine so I can pull up the exact group and give you exactly what I've got in mind. But I can't tell you group calls what you need. You just need the name of the talk group in there so that you can actually find it.
Well, the name here says Texas statewide.
Yeah, I put TX statewide.
That worked.
And the TG number is 3148.
Correct.
Okay. 48.
Scott, do we
That's
have
it.
any Brainmaster repeaters around here? Do you know?
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't use
watching.
DMR that much anymore.
I'm not watching chat.
I don't either. This is my
Yeah.
first radio since my other one melted. I've only had this a couple months.
I need
So-
Frank back in here to watch chat, Michael, if you're not watching it.
Scott is right. If you don't have the yeah,
I'm still looking on mine here. There we are. Okay, I found
I
it.
don't see anything new
Right.
in chat actually.
Hillbilly's
Nobody's
right.
chatting.
So,
I want to learn how to. I don't want to
So,
download.
Paul, what I
and
have in
upload a
there
code
for
log. I want to
mine-
learn how to do it.
what I have in there for mine is TG3148 Texas. And that's all I've got. I don't have Lone Star or other stuff like that. I didn't do that. Group call underneath that then
Yep.
for TG DMR ID is 3148.
Okay.
And then underneath that call alert is none.
Yep. I've got that set. What do we do
Okay.
next?
So go back into your contact that you were working on earlier or on the
Contact?
channel
Channel.
you read earlier.
Okay.
So you go
Right
back
here.
into that.
Okay.
Okay. And you're going to click on that channel and open it up.
It's
And
open.
make sure that changes over up there on contact to that group you just created.
Got it.
There. Now you're in a talk group with the proper.
Okay.
Now double check your time slot and your color
Color
code.
1, color code, slot 1. I guess I just leave it.
Well, make sure that they match what's on the website.
Yeah, it doesn't even show. Let me go back. Where'd that go? Second window popped up.
Yeah, state one's on
So
time slot 1.
It says color code 1.
Yep.
I don't see anything on here that says slot.
Underneath color code. The very next line.
Oh, I see it. Okay. It's in bold. I wasn't even looking at that.
That's okay.
Time slot 1. Got it.
Okay, so now
Oh,
click
here,
OK.
so people on the video can see what I'm looking at. So it was right here, time slot 1.
Yep.
And if I'm doing these, it's time slot 2. Here's
Yep.
the
Correct.
color code right here. Okay.
Correct.
So
And,
we're
and
good.
you can see on the grid how it says slot 1, slot 2.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see it now. I
All
understand
right,
that
so
chart now.
from there, go ahead and click OK on that.
Okay.
Now you got to create a zone.
Okay.
So you can see it on your radio.
So I mean, I've got this Denton NTX zone already, but I don't know if I should just
Actually,
create a new one.
That Denton NTX zone is the channel you just created.
Oh,
You have
gotcha.
Create a zone for that channel. So put in Denton and maybe the frequency of the repeater.
Denton. This is going to be the zone?
Yeah,
And what do I have to do? Dash or the dot or anything specific?
whatever
or
you
does it
want.
matter?
It doesn't matter.
Whatever you
404,
recognize.
625.
There you go. That's enough.
Okay.
Okay, so get down to Denton NTX.
Yep.
Click that over arrow. Click OK.
Okay.
You
Okay.
created a new zone that's just for that repeater now.
And it just has that repeater because that's all I've done, correct?
Yep. Send that to your radio.
So if I send this,
Does he need to add any channels to that zone first
He just
before he
did.
does that?
I have
He
one
just did.
channel. That's all I
Okay.
want to do.
Okay.
I want to
Now,
have one channel.
the other thing is on that digital contact, the digital contact where you did the send to your radio,
Uh-huh.
never check mark the top box unless you're sending new IDs to your radio. It can take a long time to do it, especially when you grab the ID.
The contact box.
Yeah, that where you did send,
Yeah.
you had the two check marks. You had the top and then the bottom one. The
I
bottom
only
one's
check the
only
top
one.
one when.
Only time you got to do that's when you're updating the IDs that you download from DMR ID.
Like a code plug.
No,
Not-
it
No.
basically gives a call sign for every number ID that's out there.
correct.
Okay.
And that's why mine
Oh.
takes forever to upload because that's what I do every time. So thank you,
Correct.
Scott.
Okay. So I think I've got that part down now. So can I disconnect software and let's look at the radio now?
Yeah, let's see if we can
That's right.
talk, Paul.
All right. Let me
We'll
changes
see
have
if
not
you
been
can hit
saved.
the Denton repeater here.
All right.
Yeah,
let
I
me-
can from my living room.
I could put my longer antenna on too. Let me
KF5LDJ.
do that. Let me put this
See, I'm
on.
not hearing anything though, Porter. For some reason, I'm not able to hit the Denton repeater from here.
KF5LDJ.
Okay.
Okay.
I see you now.
You saw me?
AG5RGR.
I didn't get anything.
Yeah, see, I don't know what it is. I got something wrong on my end
Okay.
over here.
As I go through my zones, there's the zone 1 that was default TG99, and here's Denton
There
44062.
you go. Cranky up
Oh,
on that.
It should be good, right?
Okay, throw your call sign out and see if we
Sure,
can hear
nobody
it.
else is talking. It turned green for a second.
That was me and
This is
that was Scott and
Kilo
I.
P testing, Kilo 5 Victor Oscar, Papa testing.
I didn't get anything.
Neither did I. I see last heard was Michael.
KF5LDJ testing. 54321 KF5LDJ.
You see, I didn't see it there.
KF5LDJ testing. 12345 4321 KF5LDJ.
We just doubled. It's beeping, and I'm seeing this bar.
I'm seeing green, but I'm not hearing anything.
That's the same thing that was happening with the balloon launch. Let me try again.
Jordan. I'd rather program a Motorola. What do you mean? Do I
have
just
people
like-
that know how to program my Motorola, so I leave them to it.
Well, and here's the crazy part. The Motorola's are working on the same software. It's the CPS software for these radios is a direct descendant from the Motorola software. It's something Andrew really, I struggled with this when I first started doing it because you've got to put it in so many places. It drives you nuts. And it really drove me nuts until Andrew sat me down and said, here's what the Motorola software looks like. Lo and behold, it looks the same. It's very much the same. So
yeah. I haven't dealt with the P25 software. I've seen them program it, and I'm like, okay, that's beyond me.
Yeah, it's virtually the same. Their CPS software is the same as what these are doing.
Hold on. I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to connect to my dual bander on the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting a connection from my understanding. Let me stand up and try it. KF5LJ testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. KF5LJ. Did you see anything, Scott?
I did the first time you did it, but I haven't seen it the second time. So there again, it could be on my end. I have problems for some reason with this particular repeater.
And we're on statewide, correct?
Correct. On Texas statewide.
So question, what about Mars repeater?
Who's the repeater?
Mars has a DMR repeater.
Yeah, I don't have theirs.
Yeah. See, David up in Frisco can hit Mars, but he at Texas, K8RX.
KG5RGR testing 1, 2, 3.
I just heard you.
You know what?
Look at this. I just heard you. This is all I've got plugged in. I haven't even connected to the antenna.
You know what? Mine lit up green, but I didn't hear you.
It's because I was on the wrong channel in the zone.
I just
Okay,
heard
yeah. Try statewide and do that again.
I am on Texas statewide.
Hold on. I'm plugging in the antenna now. I'm on the antenna. Go again.
This is KG5RGR testing on 341 Texas.
He got you for a second.
KG5RJR. This is K5VOP. Do you copy?
Nah.
KG5RJR, I think W5NW is working.
Oh, somebody else is talking to you.
Yeah, I appreciate the comeback. If you would, could you stand by and give a signal report to my buddy that just programmed his HD KG5RGR?
Oh, I just found
Go
my
for it,
turbo
Paul.
button.
This is K5VOP testing. This is the final test before I throw the radio against the wall. K5VOP.
K5VOP, KF5LJ, how copy?
Michael, did you copy me?
I copy you on the deal.
Did you copy me on the radio?
No, I did not.
Don't come back to me, dude. Come on, man.
Double check you're receiving your transmit frequencies in your CPS. Throw up your screen. Let's look at your screen.
This isn't a YouTube QSO.
Hey, try transmitting again. Let me see if I can switch talk groups and see what I get.
Well, the other guy doesn't hear me. Scott doesn't hear me, so something's not right.
Yeah, do not transmit with your programming cable plugged in.
All right, let's look at it again. Where should I click, Scott?
4406. I'll say I'm double checking numbers here.
That was this one right here, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, this one.
Digital,
Yeah.
turbo. VOP.
Always.
I didn't even know I had a turbo, Scott, but now it says T for turbo.
Yeah,
It's red.
turbo is the highest power that those radios are. Always none.
So the good thing is I heard him,
KF5LJ testing.
which I didn't hear anybody before. So I heard him. So
Okay.
that's
On that
what about receive?
Okay, so yours has something different in the software there, Paul, that mine doesn't. You have an RX color code and a TX color code,
Yep.
but mine is just a 1. It doesn't have both those. I haven't downloaded the latest version of that.
Should I put 0 then?
No,
on the-
it looks fine to me because they both should be color code 1. And the slot
about
should be 1. Receive group is none. And
Digit encryption.
yeah, you should have been able to get out on that.
And then SMS forbid.
Nothing.
None of these boxes checked.
No, nothing. Let's see. What other
Guys,
one?
I apologize. I have not been seeing the new chats coming in. I finally got to start working again.
I haven't got the video, but I've got the
Digital
chat.
turbo. Transmit permit always, right?
As a moto guy, 100% disagree that Scott KGR, that Hamza, whoever told you that it's 100% wrong about it. Okay, that may
Not
be an old post.
Not channel free, right? It's transmit permit always.
I always have mine on TX always.
All right. Anybody? Anybody got ideas?
DMR, do not make it ricochet when you throw it at the wall.
All right. Tonight, guys, we're going to talk about this little radio here. This is Yaesu. It uses a digital wires X. And let me show you how to use this. You push the push to talk, and you've got it.
You're going to bring that DMR radio over to my house or Michael's, blow the CPS software that's on one of ours.
Okay. Paul, I didn't know you were going to do DMR tonight, so this is my suggestion. The DMR
No, I'm not
guru that
stopping
I
the
know.
stream until it's done.
Okay,
stream is
I
going
don't
all
think I
night.
can wake Tom up because he's an early to bed, early to rise guy.
And see,
Tim
I'm
never
looking,
showed up.
But do we want to revisit this on another stream and have Tom on there to get
No.
a?
I want it done tonight. This is the point of this. This is the point tonight. So let's, Hillbilly, what suggestions do you get? Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way on this stupid chat. I got to
Well,
watch the chat.
the chat's not even auto-populating. When you go up on it, it doesn't go back down. So there was a bunch of chats that came in. So I apologize if I missed it.
All right. So
Cam till it hurts. DMR equals don't make it ricochet.
Jordan, do you know DMR? Oh, don't do DMR. That's helpful, Don. Thank you.
I'm starting to agree with Don. I may have 2 DMR radios at DFW Ham Expo, just so y'all know.
So to let y'all know, I like to have something of every digital mode that I can. I don't have anything D-Star, okay? But I have one DMR radio. It's an HT. And let me unembiggen you, Paul.
Hey, let me ask
Oh,
y'all
can
here
I hit
this.
the right button for a change?
So when I push this button, the little bar at the bottom, it flashes instead of stays.
Could be somebody's
Repeater
talking.
not found.
Ooh.
Well,
You're
that
getting
tells
repeated
you. That says something.
K5VOP testing. Anybody copy K5VOP?
And see, Scott's a lot closer to the repeater than we are because it's on Star Call.
Correct.
Well, I'm on my rooftop dual bander that goes everywhere, so it shouldn't be an issue.
That's an 878, right?
168.
Okay,
168.
Yes.
That's why you've got those
Yeah.
2 separate slots versus what I've got. I'm running a 578 and an 878.
Bring Frank in.
All right. You don't get video from me tonight. You only get audio. Hi.
Frank
Oh,
already
geez.
warned me that he probably shouldn't be on stream, so we may have to
Like a
10-second delay.
No,
edit.
no. I'll play nice, Paul. Go back to your code plug.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna begin him.
Yeah, and Big and Paul, please.
Okay.
You see where it says radio ID and you have your call sign there?
Yes.
Wrong. You need your
Wah,
radio.
wah, wah,
You
wah.
need your radio ID from.
That's
Wait.
their actual radio number?
Yes, that is from your radio ID from radioid.net or whatever. You need to put that ID
Okay, hold on.
there.
I think I have that in my other one
Actually,
here.
if you have that radio ID, it populates in there just by typing by the pull down.
Apparently it's not. And Don, I don't care how my audio sounds tonight. Deal with it.
Okay.
You tell him, Frank.
Is this a secret number that nobody should see on stream, or can I punch it in?
You can punch it in.
It's public knowledge.
I can look it up in 30 seconds if I wanted to.
But if you look under the digital category over there, where it's got a plus to the left-hand side,
Hold on.
you should have it in there.
3, 1. Oh, not let me change it. What's the matter? Not let me change it here.
You need. It's probably a top level item, so you need
Got
to.
it. Okay, let me go up here.
Click on the plus ball for me next to the word digital. No.
No, I'm trying to find where to put the number.
Yeah, go to digital.
Yeah.
Click for plus.
Yep.
Be up there where it says, so you've got a master ID and a radio ID. Click on the radio ID.
Oh, up here. Gotcha.
Okay, and you do have your number in there. So that
there you go.
Yeah, when you did the pull down and it does to that, that's what's coming up in there.
Yeah, the radio ID name is, it's not going to be the number.
Right.
Correct. And I
Same with
don't
mine.
have master ID on mine. That's why I say you've got a newer model radio, so you're getting some features to that CPS that I don't have in mind setting.
All right.
So just for giggles, don't click out yet. Change that radio ID name to the actual radio ID, and let me just make sure that it actually changes it in the other screen, just to make sure we're on the same page here, because I come from Motorola, and this is nothing like Motorola.
Change this part right here to the number?
Correct, yes.
We're getting in chat that P25 is different than DMR, the way it programs.
P25 is different than DMR.
Now go back into your channel list where you were prior, and let's make sure that actually changed.
Yep.
Okay.
Double click on it too, so the next screen does too. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And
Should we try upload and see what it does now?
Just for giggles, I was going to go over a couple other things, but sure, go for it.
Hold on. I'm still on statewide. No, I'm not. I'll get on statewide.
.com 24. Right. Okay. I don't check the digital contact list, right?
Correct. KF5 LJ on statewide.
I'm still
all I hear is you farting.
Are you hearing some digital effects on the mic or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's RF or something.
Yeah, what it is, it's RF getting back into the microphone.
Cool, a little machine gun action.
Scott, not RJR Scott, other Scott. I don't know if I'm swooping in to save today. We'll see.
I used to play with DMR because we had a
VOP test.
Now I'm getting a green light when you're transmitting.
I could see a green light, but it's not the information.
How do you open up the squelch?
I take that back. What was your number again, Paul? 31?
VOP testing.
314-8753.
No, that's not.
I hear a chirp. Come back too.
You know what? I went to analog and I heard you. How do I open up my squelch on this radio? That's a question.
Okay. What is the Texas statewide talk group number again, Scott?
3148.
Yeah, his last trend.
That's Lone Star, not Brandmeister.
Yeah, I understand that. Paul's last talk group that he was on was 313136.
Interesting.
So I don't think, and that was back on March 5th.
Yeah, it's not tonight.
Yeah.
VOP testing.
So he's not getting out to the network.
Saying repeater not found again.
Okay, I'm getting time slot 2 for Texas statewide. That was programmed in mine. I know what the website said, but what I'm looking at is saying.
It used to be time slot 2.
Well, I talked to David KR8X on that.
Yeah,
Paul try switching to slot 2. I wonder if the website's wrong. Just try that just for S&Gs.
Wait a minute. Why does the PTT not have a checkbox next to it for Texas statewide? All the other ones do.
We don't see your screen. There you go.
PTT means that you key down with the PTT first to get it to swap over there. Those are the default channels that repeater lives on. 3148 is on time slot 1, and then the Southern Plains is on the time slot 2. So you don't have to hit a PTT to get the swap over there.
So, Paul, just to give me a little bit of
VOP testing. Does anybody copy? That time the bar stayed. And I get a beat back.
That doesn't mean
Paul.
anything. I could be on the wrong talk group or time slot and get it beat back. And
all right.
Okay, Paul, just to entertain me, can you reprogram your radio and switch that to time slot 2 and see if you can contact me? Just change that statewide to time slot 2. I'm wondering if the website's wrong. Do you agree, Scott?
If the time slot was wrong, I shouldn't have got anybody earlier.
Yeah, and I heard the other guy too.
Yep.
Okay, so let me change mine and reprogram mine.
good.
I gotta unplug my camera to do it.
Paul, go ahead and throw that into the radio just for shits and giggles. We can always put it back.
Yep.
Right.
Don, I used to do the same thing. TAC 310. I lived there.
Where's my programming cable? Oh, I'll put my cables up. Never mind.
If it doesn't work, it's going on the table this weekend.
If it doesn't
give
work,
up that
bring it to
fast.
my house the day that you're doing the AC and we'll fix it.
Okay.
Scott, I may come over your house
K5
too, get it all
VOP
done.
testing. This is K5 VOP. Does anybody copy? Bar was solid.
Nothing.
KF5 LDJ testing. 1, 2, 3. KF5 LDJ.
Nothing.
That's not it.
Okay, so it's not time slot 2, so it needs to go back to time slot 1 then.
I was wondering if I could change the time slot without having to get my programming cable out.
Setcom 24 program right to radio. Yes, yes. Okay. What's another setting we need to look at? Something's not right, guys. Unless the radio just doesn't work.
Let me get my programming cable. I'm going to change my radio.
Yeah, your radio works, Paul. It's like I said, this is DMR. There's one silly little setting that we've missed here in the process.
So I'm going to do this, Paul, if you're down with this. Go back to your screen share. Let us go into digital master ID. All right, we're good there because that's your ID. Okay.
Used? What is this checkbox?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Leave it default. Go to contact talk groups.
Okay.
You have 3148 in there. Double click that to bring it up. All right, we have 3148. It's a group called Texas Statewide. Okay, we're good there. Now, Scott, maybe you can explain this one to me. Why don't we use receive group call list? Because in Motorola, we use that.
I just never have.
Okay, put Texas Statewide in that. And then hit OK. And now rename that group list 2 to Texas Statewide. Yeah, that's where you rename it. And hi, Bill.
Bill in chat?
Yep.
Hey,
Ye-
Bill. Good to see you.
You know, that's,
Yes,
Hillbilly just said the same thing.
Now
you
go back to channel. Double click that one and change the receive group list to Texas statewide. All right, hold on. Go back into that, Paul.
I like going faster.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Kidding. All right, which one was I doing? This one.
12. The channel type is D digital. Bring that drop up at the top.
It is digital.
Okay, I just want to make sure there wasn't something we were missing there. By the way, a good operator, the transmit permit, TX permit, instead of always, should be when the channel is free.
Yeah,
That way you don't step over people.
when I first am setting it up, I always do an always because
Okay.
there's not enough traffic on it. But there again, you're right. It should be when channel is free.
Now, over on the right side above your radio ID, hit contact and just double check that is Texas statewide.
Yep.
Oh, you went too fast there, but okay, I'll trust you. That's it. No, that shows, okay, you're selected Texas statewide. Okay, that's good. All right, hit okay. Now go down to contact talk groups and digital. All right, yeah, we have that, so we're good there. Write this to the, hold on, yeah, we should be good. Write this to the radio, Paul.
I think. Oh, it is time slot 1.
Wow, Michael finds out that it's actually time slot 1.
You're on there now.
Who would have thought that? I appreciate it. KG5LJ.
KG5RJ.
So, Scott,
I wonder if it's possible because he doesn't have any contacts on the radio that could be stopping it.
no.
I was going to say that was just kind of a guess, and Hillbilly said something about that a couple minutes ago. But yeah, before that, Michael, I didn't hear you until after you changed that talk group around and then changed it back.
All right, Paul, try keying
That's
up.
just crazy because
Does anybody copy?
You're not coming up on the control center.
No, there was nothing there.
yeah, that's just crazy, Scott. I don't understand it.
And we're
Says
using
repeat or not.
we're using Lone Star, right?
Tier 5 VOP testing.
Yes. Actually, hold a second. It's Seabridge 2.0.
Yeah, but that's on the Lone Star network.
Correct.
So the last person to have actually transmitted on that is apparently Scott.
No, Michael was just there a couple minutes ago.
Okay.
He
All right,
probably hasn't updated the stuff yet.
Well, it shows Scott now because I think you said something after I did.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah,
is what
I
I
got you.
see.
I just heard Michael.
And this should be, this is live. So when Michael keys up, this should automatically update and Scott should be bumped down one.
Yeah, he just keyed up just a second ago.
Yeah, I just heard him.
But
And-
my ID, can it go inactive? Because I haven't been on here for years until just
No,
months ago.
no, it does not go inactive. So I'm looking at both of these and no, you're,
Yeah, 5 days, babe. That's me.
that's odd. Okay, well, we know Michael's working.
What if I set the
I'm
transmit color code to
stealth.
0 since it doesn't specify anything?
The color code? No, it has to match. The codes have to match. Are we sure it is color code 1?
Yeah,
That's what
Michael
it says.
Yeah,
Which
I'm in there.
repeater
Color
is
code
that?
1.
Okay.
It's our Denton Lone Star Texas statewide under the Lone Star system. Yeah, I had
I-
Tom's programming deal.
Yeah,
So now
I'm
it's
going to
not
agree
any
with
good.
Don. I'm going to agree with Don on this one, and I'm going to jump out because I'm out of ideas. Bridgecom, the ham radio spammers.
Be testing. Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, Frank. I appreciate it.
Seabridge.
I was testing another frequency. Yeah, see, when I do that one, it holds the transmit bar. When I do the one that we've programmed, it just flashes the transmit bar.
Which one are you talking about?
I just did a random one on here that's already in the radio. I just wanted to see if that was right. So something 440-692. This is K5VOP testing DMR, K5VOP.
See, now I'm not even getting the green light.
No. Which color code are you on this now, Paul?
I haven't changed them. They're both one.
See if you can hear me, Paul.
Slot 1, Texas statewide. Digital encryption off. SMS forbid off. Repeater.
KF5
channel.
LDJ testing. KF5 LDJ clear.
EMR ignore.
Did you hear me, Scott?
Not that time.
Ah.
See, that's why it's not consistent. There you
KF5
go.
LDJ testing.
Okay.
Am I there now?
You are there now.
Okay, KF5 LDJ clear.
See, now I'm not hearing him. I heard him earlier.
KG5
RGR testing 1, 2, 3.
And there's Scott.
Yeah, I heard him clear as day. Did you hear him?
Yeah, Paul heard me. So we've got the receive side of that set up. But why you're not getting out is the query.
Yeah.
This DMR
John
stuff.
ran.
So DMR is like the P25, but it's what businesses are using. In fact, some law enforcement agencies try to use it recently, and the federal government was no, that doesn't qualify for law enforcement. You have to use P25. So a particular company, which I'm not going to name, has been pushing law enforcement to switch over to DMR, and several municipalities spent millions of dollars on that. So expect a lot of equipment to hit the market here pretty soon.
875. I'm going to try one thing that's in here already. This one right here. This is K5VOP testing DMR. Does anybody copy?
Nope.
I got a green light. I wish I knew how to open up my squelch like you did the other day. Talk around.
Off. Digital.
KF5 LDJ
One.
testing. KF5 LDJ testing. Anybody hear me? KF5 LDJ.
Statewide.
I'm trying to find my 3148 again in the talk groups because I changed mine. I've got like almost 1,000 talk groups between 2 or 3 networks is part of my problem. And it's so it's so hard to sort for the specifics that you can be hunting for a bit to look for one.
Well, I barely talk on local repeaters. Why would I want 500 repeaters on a radio?
Well, and here's one of the reasons. This is my own feeling. With DMR radios, you can set up a zone that's nothing but the local analogs that you need, or the local digitals you need, as well as I can set up just a special zone that's just got.
So guess what?
Repeaters that are in the area that I need.
So guess what?
What?
Go ahead, Frank.
Paul, bring up the screen share I just dropped. Paul You are on an unknown talk group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, no, I'm trying something else. That's a different. This is one that was already in there.
No, but all of them. So if I limit this down to
He
just
doesn't have his
you,
talk group set up correctly.
your last 4 transmissions, they've
Mhm.
all been to an unknown talk group now.
Yeah, that's the one I changed to.
And prior to that, you were not getting in at all. I see Michael and I see Scott.
So here's the one I'm getting into right here. It was already in the radio. I must have programmed it before or something.
You have
Right
my
here.
screen full screen.
Do you have your headphones on, Frank?
Yes.
We're getting like a serious reverb.
Okay, here.
Oh, I might
See
be
this one right
sharing
here?
audio. Hold on. There
Under
we go. Now
contact
the
one.
reverb should. Yeah.
This is the one I just talked 4 times on, and that's the one you're looking at. So, how do I get this one into Texas statewide? Just click that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not changing anything.
Write that to your radio.
Oh, whoops. Plug it in.
While he's doing that, ham radio tectonics. That's just what I was told. I can't give you exact. Okay, I'm getting massive reverb. It's messing with me.
I don't have anything else turned on right now. Well, I'll mute myself.
Okay. Yeah, it went away when you mute yourself, so that's weird.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Hold on. I still had my external speakers turned on.
Oh, okay, that could be it. So, what I understand is they're not. I understand that DMR was allowed at one time. DMR is used by businesses a lot, but I believe everything is
Paul, I heard you.
Oh,
What
Yep,
did
now
you
my
do?
radio back on. Hang on.
Now you're on Texas statewide.
Show screen. Show.
So
Hey,
screen.
yeah, hold on. I have to bring it back up.
I heard you loud and clear.
All right, Mike.
So finish what I was saying. I understand that everything has to be phase 2 P25 now, and that's
Okay, so I've got those.
ruling.
Okay, so those 2 work.
And
I don't have.
And there's
I don't have.
there's Dave, the truck and ham, keyed up on the Corsicana link.
Okay, here we go. K5.
So what did you change, Paul?
Nothing.
No, you did change. What you're doing is you're using a different repeater now, aren't you?
I used the one that was already in there, and I just added it to Texas statewide. So there's a setting in here that we did not have in the other one.
There we go. Paul, bring your screen back up. Let's take a look at this. We're not going to change anything. Mike, can you solo Paul?
Okay. Hang on 1 second.
Okay, so right now we're looking at channel 10 here.
Yep.
Yeah. This is one I already had in there. I must have done it before, or who knows how it got there. All I did was add it to Texas statewide. So there's a setting in here, I'm assuming, that we didn't do on the other one.
Yeah, hold on. Let's hear. All right.
Transmit power's high.
No, it doesn't matter. Go open channel 12 now.
The only difference is turbo and channel free.
And channel free is supposed to be how it is. The transmit power turbo means it's on higher than high, which I don't think should matter. It just makes things even stronger.
Well, maybe it doesn't work with this radio.
What was the DMR mode on the last one?
Repeater.
Okay.
So that was correct. All right, so go back to channel 12. No, channel 12. All right, we changed transmit power to high. Write that to the radio real quick and then go try channel 12.
That's all I can think. And maybe that's why it was flashing, because it was doing a power it didn't know. Oh, come on, jeez.
Really, the CPS should catch that.
Scott, the CPS is not smart enough. That is 100% user-based.
It
And
depends.
I am smart enough.
It depends.
I hope I get a table next to you, Scott. I got one with power. What did you get?
I did not get one. I didn't get one.
Oh,
with power.
man.
I got 2 tables on an end. 2 tables somewhere. I have no idea.
All right, so
This
try
is going to
channel.
tell us if turbo works or not, and that was the setting problem the whole time.
So channel 12.
Before you key up, make sure you disconnect that.
Yeah, I am. I'm
And
just
he's
letting it
waiting for
reboot.
it to reboot.
There you go.
All right, we're going to the one I set up. This is the group. You ready?
Yep.
Hold on. K5 VOP testing DMR K5 VOP.
Nope.
Nope.
It's still
Nope.
flashing.
No,
Nada.
It's still doing the flash too.
So there. So
Yeah,
go back
WTF.
into programming.
Okay.
We have something.
Something's not right.
No, something's just different between those two.
So
I saw your call sign light up on my screen. KFI-WJ.
so
Yeah, I
delete
did-
number 12 completely.
Delete it.
Yeah, delete it because you know number 10 works.
Oh, that's true. So I don't even need that. All right.
Right.
And I've got
So-
that in the right one. Texas
Yep.
statewide, right?
Yep.
And cancel that. So it should be in the right work call thing. So I can write it. Right?
Yeah.
I just want the local repeater for now. Then I can play around at another time.
So now go back in, and number 10 should be the last one, and you should be able to key up no problem.
I mean, I can do a screenshot, hold them side by side, but I don't know what else. You know.
Scott, or
What?
not Scott, not Scott. Paul, I got my first spam post on Twitch ever.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to jet out of here. I'm gonna let you.
Thanks, Scott.
Figure
appreciate
that
it.
out. It's after
Thanks,
10,
Scott.
and I've got a lady that's going to bed on this end over here, so I'm gonna step
Okay.
out of here.
Scott, you have a good night, sir. Thank you so much for your help.
Expo.
You've helped me a lot. So
All right.
whenever you go to Paul's house, let me know. Or
All right.
whenever Paul comes to your house, let me know.
Here's the issue now. I have zone 1. I have to recreate another zone, I guess. Or do I just go to zone 1?
Zone 1, channel 10.
Oh, okay. So it's added. Okay, I just added it to that zone, right?
Unless you don't have that in that. Yeah, that's.
K5 VOP testing.
There you
Holy
go.
cow, I just heard you, sir.
And you showed up on the control center.
So it's just in zone 1. So maybe it was some setting in the zone that I created.
Double click on zones. Yeah, let's
Well-
look at zone 1. Yeah, that's very simple and easy. There's nothing you could have screwed up there.
Hmm. Interesting.
All right,
Yeah,
now
Paul,
that
got you.
I found that.
All right. Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, Frank. That's awesome.
All
I
right.
heard Paul on the DMR repeater, so that's awesome.
I'm getting out. I'm programmed in. I get the gist. And I'll play around with it another time, but I got it working in the local repeater. That was the main goal tonight, and learn how to do it. So now I get it. Create zones, create contact talk groups, and create channels. And I think I've got it down. Mostly. Good Lord.
We gained lost a lot of people through this stream, but you know what? I learned a lot. I learned that because I got somebody else's program, it may not be 100% current because they changed things up. So
Yeah, what I'll do is I'm going to create another zone like I did, compare its settings with zone 1 that's working, add it, Texas statewide, and see if it works again. So I get it in general. So I think I can mess around with it. I got zone 1 working, so I can always refer to zone 1 and to go from there. So
we're very good. Well, thank you to Frank. Thank you to Sean. Thank you to
Yeah.
Scott.
Thanks, guys.
Y'all did awesome, and you taught me some stuff too. So
Thanks, Hillbilly, for the chat suggestions. Thanks, Don, for agreeing with me that don't need to use DMR.
There's a reason why DMR is not used in ham radio, and this is part of it. It's got it's like you don't see P25 used in ham radio or Next Edge unless you're up in the New England states, because they make it so complicated. Sometimes it makes it difficult to figure it out. And that's not what hams want to have, is something so complicated, because that's what they do for P25 DMR, because DMR is a business radio digital setup. P25 is public safety, and some large groups like TMS.
Oh, it is
Motor
working,
Speedway
Don.
uses P25. So
It is working, Don. I just said thanks, Don, for agreeing with me that I don't need to use DMR. You know, it's nice. I got it because, like Michael, I want to have all the modes and all the crap. Never used it, and honestly, I don't see myself using it, and I don't see myself using it in an MCOM situation, because if I have a radio in my hand that I can't program a frequency in, that I need a computer and linking and cables, I don't see the point in really using it. Sorry, that's just my opinion.
yeah,
But for general use, DMR has a spot. I get it. I see, you know, people can use it.
But
it's just not going to be me.
here's my thoughts on it. I had a DMR radio until it stopped working, but I just couldn't get into it, and it had a few people trying to push it to get it going.
Here,
Of
Don.
course, I've been out of it for 5 years, and now it's just dead.
Hold your radio up,
It's just really
Michael.
dead.
Or let me mute my mic. Hold on.
K5EOP, last test. 54321. K5EOP clear.
Okay, let's see if you can hear me back. Hang on.
Nope. Not hearing you, Michael. But no one else came back to me either, so or did Scott come back to me? I forget.
I need to unmute my mic. There you go.
Yeah. Here's the one dang it. Here's the one I agree with 100%. Got my all-star node up there. I've got this little hotspot that has basically all the modes, and then just use a little HT to connect to. Hold on. I got the Shari Pi hat and a Raspberry Pi All-Star. I travel with one. I can connect to all the All-Star nodes, that repeaters that are linked. Very simple to use. So for me, I don't see much use in the DMR going forward. I'll play around with it a little bit more, but I'm with Bill. I like the All-Star.
Yeah. So here's my thought. DMR is great for businesses. You know, they have a company that comes out, sets it all up. To all they have to do is just like we do with Fusion or D-Star, push a button, talk, and you got it going. But people outside those businesses can't really hear it unless they understand the D-Star. I actually listened to the security at the mall in Frisco. I've been able to listen to my company's warehouse and hear everything that's going on there from my house using DMR radio. Unfortunately, that DMR radio stopped working. So there you go. Douglas V is saying that he has it for church security, and it's not necessarily encrypted, but it's something that you just can't hear on a normal scanner. So because it sounds like a machine gun going off when it goes off, but yeah, it's a protocol that Motorola Europe came up with in Europe and became the business model here. Some law enforcement agencies were using it, but the federal government decided that if we're going to do digital, we need to go to P25, and
I
now
just
it's
asked
all
Boba
going
Fett.
to P25. Huh?
I just asked Boba Fett. He does not use DMR on his slave gun ship.
He
told
uses
me he uses All
Deep
Star.
Space Radio. But yeah, government now went from P25 and they bought all these radios, spent all this tax dollars for that. Now we had to go to P25 phase 2. And I
Wow.
don't even know if there's a phase 3 or phase 4, but I know with phase 2, if you
Yep.
put a phase 1 radio in, it kicks it out to where they lose the extra talk groups. So it's
This is the way, Douglas.
this is the way. You're right.
There's a place for it. I'm not in that place. I'll probably play around with it a little bit more. Saturday I'll be at DFW Ham Expo in North Texas here, so I probably won't be connected.
Same here.
We'll see. Maybe I'll set up a hotspot and connect an my All-Star node. So there won't be any kind of targeted contacts this Saturday, but ham till it hurts. I will be using FreeDV and future targeted contacts Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock.
Friday
I'll
and
be at
Saturday, I will be
DFW.
there.
Yep, I'll be at DFW Ham Expo. I'll probably live stream a little bit. Scott will be there with his sky hooks for those of you in the area that wants to pick up a sky hook. And Mike will be there potentially streaming or making a video.
I'll be
And
taking lots of pictures because they need pictures for next year's
hoping to
advertisement.
see Jason won't. Hoping to see Frank maybe not. He's not sure.
And guys, if you're in Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, anywhere nearby the DFW area, please come to the DFW Ham Expo. We're trying to eventually make it like HamCom. We need to grow this because we have Houston that has a pretty decent deal, and then you got Huntsville, Alabama. You got Ohio doing the Dayton Ham Fest. We need something in our area. We need something to kind of fill the shoes that HamCom used to have in Plano, because that's how I started ham radio, and I want to see that again.
Sounds good, Doug. We'll see you there, hopefully. I just post the Richardson Wireless Club info again on the balloon launch. Check out Getting Out in Life, Michael's channel, for his hour video on-site video. And then my live stream Saturday was start around an hour 23, I think, is when the balloon actually launches. I did a live stream and followed them as they chased it. So check those out. And that's going to be it for tonight, guys.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight. It's kind of a crazy night because I didn't know much about the subject matter tonight either. And I have one.
I'm going to get sleep and hopefully no nightmares. But hey, that's what it's all about. I wanted to learn more about DMR, so thanks, Frank, Hillbilly, John, Scott, everyone else, patience and supporting the channel. And let me give you this real quick. I appreciate everybody. This is the updated list. And again, for those of you who are PrepHam hogs, PrepHam Razorbacks after 3 months, you get a free t-shirt. And PrepHam hogs after 6 months. And I think you guys that are already joined have probably hit that mark. So I'll take a look at it and then hit you guys up to get back with me with color of shirt you want, call sign, and size. And I'll send you guys out free shirts to thank you for supporting me on the Razorback and hog level. Anything else, Michael?
That's about it. make sure you're subscribed to all the group that participates in the PrepHam Paul deal. Sean, WTF.Reydio. You have Frank with Ham Radio Wilderness. Of course, Paul, PrepHam Paul. Please make sure you're subscribed to him. And I do a little channel, a little bitty channel, getting out live. And love to have you come aboard. And love for you to watch the balloon thing. We got a lot of Paul in there because we were live streaming at the same time. So
Yeah, there's some funny stuff in there too as they're driving. As I watched all the cars chasing on the map, so check it out. I might make a little YouTube short of it.
There's already a short made for 7 a.m. tomorrow. So check out that.
All right, everybody. Thanks. Thanks again. And 73s, be safe. And we'll see you next week on Sunday Night Ragchew.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.